Was on YouTube. It's Yosaki. I don't like the lighting in this video. I didn't expect it to be this way. I thought the lighting was gonna be bomb. I really thought the lighting was gonna be bomb. But hey, um, it's good. So welcome guys. It's your girl Saki. To the newbies, welcome, and to the regulars, welcome. You can choose to click the subscribe button um to be part of the family. So I'm just trying to find the perfect length to use on this video. Um, looks like the normal thing we'll do today. So guys, I'm just gonna be sharing a little bit of the story time. Um, excuse my absence and all that. I've just been a little bit too busy with school, and I'm working and I'm schooling at the same time, so that alone takes on a toll on me. So I just wanted to share the story as you see on the title. He used me and dumped me. So I'm just gonna tell this story, and you know, you can decide on your own. Was it love? Was it my fault? Did he leave because of my behavior? Or he just never really loved me at all? So the story goes this way. I was in a relationship with this guy that I met when I was back home. So basically, I was about 19, yeah, years old, and he was really wealthy. He had a lot of money, and I was just honestly just left school. I can call it what adolescent stage, maybe in some adolescent or something. Then I didn't like, but then Begumuntu that lived in a penthouse. For those of you guys who know around Winchester Hill, I still don't like the lighting. I feel like it's just not giving me justice. So bekuwumuntu nje obeka nemali, ubhuti wakhona beka nemali eningi kakhulu. So I'm just gonna share this story in language. So if you are not of my language, forgive me. You can check down on all the other videos that are done in English, but on here for the most part, I'm going to be using vocabulary to tell this story. So beka umuntu onemali ahlala like Winchester Hills and all that stuff in a penthouse. So at the time, typically the family that I grew up in, it was a family where we've always had help. Somebody that typically does everything for us. My grandmother was there for the most part and most of the times to make sure that she cooks. So when I reached those ages, I was not able to cook. I was not able to do like the basics, that is required as a girl or as a woman. Um, Stuff like that. So bengakhona ukupheka, bengakhona ukucleana, I didn't even know which that was a priority. Like bedeni, when I wake up, when I go to the kitchen, it's either there's oats, it's either there's cereal, it's either there's something for me to just grab and eat. And then think about my shower, think about how am I getting ready for school, think about when I get off, which hobbies am I going to attend today, what other extra classes do I have, think about, just all the other stuff. So basically, when I started to date this guy, and he was like a guy that every woman would dream of. He was tall, he was handsome. His name was Austin. He was tall, he was handsome. At the time, he had a nice car. The car, konje le? Was it a Ford? It was a Ford Focus. He had a Ford Focus. Like the guy was just top notch. I mean, those days, Ford Focus was a thing. So he had a Ford Focus, um, you know, and I really liked him. I really, really liked the guy. Like, I was really, really invested in this guy. I really thought he could be the one. Like, I really wanted him to be the one. So he was into business, and I would go there on the weekends and just visit the guy. So, unfortunately, yeah, he had a lot of expectations. He had a lot of expectations because, our second date, he just asked if I could cook for him. And at the time, honestly, the only thing that I knew how to do was to toss stuff in the oven. And he requested like traditional meals to be made. He was really particular about what he wants and what he's expecting me to do for him. Um, and I didn't really have the skills at the time. I didn't really have the skills at the time, but I was just mainly interested in us going out on dates and trying to know each other more and doing fun activities together. Like, I was not expecting this guy to require me to be cooking for him foods and do his laundry and all the other stuff. So it was just something that I was really, really struggling with. I don't know why these earphones are not on, so you guys can hear that.
So I just couldn't understand, like, why is he expecting me to cook for him? Why is he expecting me to do this whole things for him? Like, why is he expecting all this from me? So, it just started to not be interested and just me not wanting to go to his house at all. After I noticed that he's somebody that's really, really expecting like a whole lot from me because I was trained in a way that any man that I have to do all of that for has to be a man that I am married to or engaged with or somebody that we are really trying to build a life together. So I was really so interested in this guy and we used to go out, take me out, um, places we used to go, but we didn't have a lot of verbal communication going in that relationship because he was a little bit older than me, than I was, and I don't know if he felt that way or he didn't see me as his equal or his partner or I don't know. I just couldn't explain it because I would be verbal, I would talk, I would say a lot of stuff, I would laugh. He would just be there, just like smiling everywhere, but he was not really interacting with me, making it like a 50-50 type of give and take. But he would tell me, like, give me orders, like, tomorrow I'm taking you to the stadium. So by so time, you need to be ready. Wear the favorite dress, the pink dress. Wait for me in so place. I'm gonna come and pick you there up, and that's just about it. Okay, take it to you later. Love you. So I don't really know if this is just normally how. I know, guys, that I don't look my best, but I just had to come here and tell the story. So I don't know if like that's just how really honestly it works in some relationship if that's really like normal. Like I wouldn't even get a chance to say if I'm available or not or do I really want to wear this dress to a soccer game or but he would always like spend some money, say do your nails, make your hair, like make sure you appear presentable. It was just like I just felt like I was dating my dad, like in a way. Like this person just comes to me and just gives me orders and we're going out, tell me what to do, what do I want, do I want to do it, that doesn't really matter. Um, the only thing is just I just want you to do this. That's all. So I mean I went on with the relationship. It was pretty much going well because remember now I was so in love with this guy. So at the time all those things they bothered me but not really that much. It didn't really bother me that much. It was just like I always handsome man. He's tall, he's good looking. Yeah. So time went on, and he kept on doing what he's doing, and I kept on following his orders. But the part that I couldn't keep up with was the part where he asked me to clean up his apartment, and he had a whole ceramic tile, like his house was top notch. I would try to do it, but I wouldn't do it up to his expectations, and he would just like yell at me, talk to me some type of way. Like if I tell you to do something, like as in it really felt like a father and daughter relationship. Like it didn't feel like a relationship with an immediate partner. I think these earphones are on. It didn't feel like a relationship with an immediate partner at all. It felt like I'm dating my brother, or like I'm with my brother in the house, because at the time we were not like sex friends. But it was just like the way he just treated me. I don't know if he saw me as a child, or he just saw me as his. I don't know what he was seeing me as. But all I could see.
Orders, do this, don't do this, come, let's go. My number one, he used to call me my number one, and that used to bother me. Like, my number one. Could this mean like there are other people like my number one? So who's number two? So who's number two and who's number three? Like, my number one. So it went on, and I couldn't question him. Like, I respected him to in a different level. Sometimes we'd go to McDonald's and he'll tell me like, you know what, you don't need to overeat. I don't want you to be fat. He'll buy me like a kiddies meal. Like, I really always had an appetite. Like, I don't want a kiddies meal. Like, I don't want that. But at the time, because like I was so much invested in this guy and I was seeing the future, like I was seeing decades with him already. So I didn't want anything that will take that away from me. So he would buy me like a kiddies meal and I would eat that like it was nothing. I would really eat that like it was nothing. Yeah. I would eat that like it was nothing. I would eat it and I would enjoy it. Even though I'm unsatisfied, I'll just use soda to cover my stomach up. So Austin, in the mornings, he used to go and exercise, and sometimes I'll go with him to the gym. Like, he would literally get friendly with other ladies just right there in front of me. Oh, hi, you've been working that booty out, like with other ladies and stuff that are of his age. And at the time, because I was just a student, I just felt like they were just communicating. It's a give and take with other people. But with me, like when it just gets there, it's just like, okay, I'm done. Get up, let's go. And immediately I have to get up. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Have you ever been in such a relationship? Because this still bothers me. Like, why was it like that? Was it my fault, or was I too outspoken? He saw that from the beginning, so he tried to just like shut me down so that I don't even get the chance to say anything or anything. So at the gym, he'll go like, "Oh wow, I see you working like really hard." Little comments like that, stuff like that used to really like not sit well with me. Like, why are you talking about your booty? But it just was like there was no room, and I really didn't want to do anything to upset him or something that will lead into us getting into any sort of misunderstanding. I was like literally begging, taking all my priorities, putting them aside. Like, I just want to be with this man. Like, I don't care what he's doing. I don't care. Like, I remember there was a day that he received a call in the car, and it was a lady. Oh, hey, I'm drinking, I don't know, breakfast. I'm eating breakfast into this place. How you doing? What? I was there. Like, I was literally there in the car, but I was just like, maybe it's just somebody that he knows, you know? Like, I literally didn't want to see no mistake, no fault into this guy. I just wanted to know that this guy is perfect. That's all that I care about. Like, I just don't want to know. Like, anything that will try to separate me and him, I don't want to ask him. I don't want to engage in any misunderstanding with this guy. I don't want nada. So we would like go home, and when we get home, he expects me to do all these things that I couldn't do. And I'll try my best to do so. I dated this guy for a long, like 3 years. Anywhere my friends used to know him, like anywhere this guy would call me, that I am with my friends, we used to like to go and do picnics on the weekends. There was a park around where we used to go. So anytime I'm there with my friends, I don't care what plans we have. I don't care if we're in the cinema. I don't care where we are. If this guy just picks up the phone and say, "Where are you?" and I'm telling him where I am, I'm coming there now. Listen, forget like forget about what I'm doing there. I'm dropping everything. I'm telling my friends he's coming. They're like, he doesn't even treat you right. He expects you to be his mate. This, everything, everybody. I just saw everybody like they're just trying to separate me from this person that I love so much. But even till today, I'm telling this story because I still cannot understand why was I so in love with this person. Like, I don't know if it was because he was so perfectly looking. He had this perfect life that I don't know. It still cracks my head because I don't remember having anything like a heart to heart conversation. I know that after 3 years we were together, we just started to be intimate with this guy, and it was just, I cannot really say that I enjoyed it that much or so much or anything, but it was just, I love you, a kiss in the forehead, and that's it. So there was no emotional, but I was emotionally attached. But I don't know if he was emotionally attached towards me or anything of that sort. So, it really went on for a long time. And I truly loved this man, but unfortunately, he didn't survive longer in this world. He didn't survive longer in this world. He passed away due to, I don't know, he just all of a sudden started bleeding out of his nose, and after bleeding out of his nose he passed away, but that was long after him and I separated. So that was long after him and I separated. So I'm just gonna continue with the story to just narrate on you guys how it happened. And when the breakup happened, it really broke me down. But that's why sometimes they say things happened, you don't know what God is trying to protect you from. But because at the time you're looking for that thing, you don't understand. Like, I loved him with everything in me. He used to take me shopping, we used to buy stuff, but there was no communication. Like, I literally cannot explain that part, and I wish it's something that I could still go back to him and ask him now that I'm older, but he's not there for me to do that. So he would take me shopping, of course. When we get there, he would pick the stuff like this dresses. He used to say like dresses look more better on me and stuff. Dresses. So it'll be dresses. If he says dresses, dresses it shall be. Dresses, liked my hair braided on or just relaxed, like nothing, no drama, nothing, no makeup, nothing. So everything that he said, I followed the guy's orders. Like, I literally did everything in that relationship for me to be there, like for this guy to see me as the one. But we went and on, started getting intimate, and he started saying a lot of things, complaining about I don't know how to clean up, I don't make his bed to his satisfaction. I don't, like, I'm not a homemaker. Like, how can he, if I cannot be able to take care of the house, how am I gonna be able to take care of the kids? Like, I have to be able to be handy. He needs that person that will cook him cabbage soup. Like, I didn't know cabbage soup. In my house we never had cabbage soup, so I mean, how do I know all those things? um to do them. I'm like, I'm gonna learn, or we can get somebody to come and help us. So why would you be there? Why would I need you? I need somebody that's matured enough. Like, you know what? It was so painful because when he was telling me all these things, I was literally trying to beg him, I can do better. Like, I can learn all those things. And honestly, when I went back home, I started spending time a lot with our helper. I started spending time with our helper. a lot, around her. Can I help you iron? Can I help you clean? Now I'm starting to get the curiosity. Now I'm starting to see like it is so important for me to know these things. So far as this person requires them, that means these things are really, really important and I need to know them and I need to put it to work. I'm putting it to work. I'm learning how to do these things. The maid is teaching me how to make, he had white linen, like hotel standard. This is how you do it. You steam it up. In the meantime, while I'm trying to do all these things, little did I know that he was probably trying to see another person, or maybe he's been seeing the other person. I don't know. I don't want to hear it. I don't know how it happened, but it just took a day where my friend and I were just, he was just starting to be distant. Like, as I'm just trying to make myself better for him, I'm thinking like I have to impress him now that I've learned how to mop ceramic, because you cannot just mop ceramic. You cannot just take soap and a mop and just do, no, it's going to get lines. Like there's a way to do it. So as I am just perfecting my skills on how am I going to make it cool for him, I'm learning how to prepare Sunday course. I'm around the person that cooks for us. I'm around my dad used to cook a lot. I'm around my dad too when he's cooking, showing me things. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm becoming this person that this person wants so that we don't separate. So it just took one day. He's now distance. He's not taking our calls. There's a place we used to go to, a pub called Chocolate City. So we're in Chocolate City, Splomile, Gumnandi. It's 2 a.m. It's time for everybody to go home. So I'm not having it. For those of you who know, you know. Like, I'm not having it. It's 2 a.m. I need to talk to my person. He's not answering the phone. So why wouldn't I just go there? Like, why wouldn't I just go and just hit him with a surprise? Because Chocolate City is just not really too far. I can just get a meter taxi and go there. So getting into a meter taxi, okay, I'm going to giving them the address and calling him and calling him and calling him. Guys, he never opened the gate that night. So, my friends, I am calling them. He's not answering the phone. The apartments there in Winchester, there's no way you can let yourself in unless if you're trying to get choked or something. And most of all, he had a dog. He had a really huge dog, a pit bull for that matter. So I'm like, for those of you guys who are from Winchester, you know how Winchester is full of pit bulls. Like, we had one in our home too. They are dogs, and they are put out as soon as like it's 8. They have a house, like dogs have their own house where they can chill, but they are put out there so that if anybody or anything tries to come in, there's a security guard. And most people, once they see a people, they don't want to mess with it, because nothing like would take that dog down immediately. Even if you have a gun, you cannot take that dog out immediately like that. It will fight until. So it was just like, okay, his dog is outside, his gate is locked, and I'm calling him, I'm leaving him messages, I'm outside. Ostino, I'm shouting like nothing. This guy's not answering, and I can see his car is in the yard. So that really broke me down, and I went home crying. No, I didn't go home. I called my friends to find out their ETA, like where are they now, but they were already in flag for, is it Randfontein, next to the race course. They were like, you know what, it's going down here, it's continuing, so come over the side. I'm going that side. I'm full of tears. I'm disappointed. I feel bad. I just really, really need a drink at this point to just take my sorrows down the throat or whatever. But I'm doing that, right? I'm taking my sorrows down the throat and I'm preparing to head over home. I'm crashing at my friend's place or whatever in the morning. The first thing, like,